You know, I gotta be honest with y'all. It was a long day for me today. Just a brain-intensive work day, and I'm just excited to be able to sit down and record some videos and play some games. The best game to play when your brain is completely fried and destroyed from your normal workday. Solitaire Mystery. What a perfect game. What a perfect game. It has never destroyed my brain before, so it seems only logical to hop in and play this one. Today, with 100% more reading than the last episode. Murder Mystery. A 4-star. Brilliant. That'll be good. In this Solitaire, you'll have to solve a murder case while also stacking cards. Who's the killer? What's the weapon? Sure, brother. It's frickin' Cluedo Solitaire. Let's do it. So who killed King of Moss Duke and with what? Well, I don't know yet, but we will figure it out. There's like a million words on this screen. And I don't know what any of them mean. Your task is to figure out who killed King of Moss Duke at the party, and with what. Both the killer and the weapon are cards in the deck. Okay. Each 10 and face card is a party guess for a total of 19 guesses, discounting the victim. That's all the 10s, all the jacks, all the queens, all the kings, all the aces, except for the King of Moss Duke. Every other card is a potential murder weapon or a method. Okay, hover over each card to see the name. Each time a guest is revealed, they are questioned and their response appears on the right edge of the screen. However, 2 guests have no idea what happened, and 4 other guests give an incorrect account. 2 about the murder weapon and 2 about the killer. Okay. You can use the 3 buttons next to every response to keep track of whether you think they're true or false. Once you think you know the identities of the killer and the weapon used in the deed, press the I know button. You can place cards on each other as long as their values differ by exactly 1, no matter their suits. You can pick up a stack of all cards as long as the cards are in descending. So I can place cards on top of each other if their values differ by 1. I can pick up a stack of any size as long as the cards are descending. Aces are counted as 1s. Top of the screen are 4 slots I can hold a card. Okay. All things considered, I like to think that I am relatively okay at deduction games. So this has potential. So this is... the weapon's value is not... Okay, can I question somebody? I don't know how to question somebody, is the thing. So this is the King of Moss Duke. Do I question you by putting you here? I do. But some of you may lie. Okay, so if I move you up here now, and I move down the 13. You didn't change anything? I would like to now move this to here. You don't do anything. How do I question you? Do I put you up here? Can't put you up there. I don't know how to do the things. Comtessa Humptown? God, what a name, man. What an incredible name. Okay, Lord Danquad, I'd like to question you. Hover over each card to see the name. Each time a guess is revealed, their question and their response appears on the right edge of the screen. So maybe there's a chance that the guess that I'm that I revealed were ones that just didn't have... Oh, we actually gained something here. Maybe that happened when I did this. I didn't even look. So the weapon's value is not divisible by 3. So I think we maybe know that the first 3 have to be true. I guess that's not true, right? I guess that's not true. I think what we need to start with is we need to do as much as humanly possible, right? Like we need to get as many cards down as we can. For the record, I think that I've immediately ruined any chance of that happening, which is impressive. We could theoretically do that, and then like 3s can't go on 3s. I would like to just restart, okay? Because I think that I need to understand a little more. So, did you change the name this time? Yeah, so Baba C is the guy who died. Okay. And then the Ace and the 11 gave me these information. Do we know who gave what? We don't. Okay. So the weapon shares value with fleeing to exile. Okay. The killer shares value with Sand Slickbeard. Well, I mean, that would be pretty straightforward if that was just correct, right? That would be very, very easy. Let's reveal things and just get it going. A long illness. Brilliant. Okay. Let's move the 9 up here. Reveal some stuff. We got another 4. You got another 3. Depressing thoughts. Brilliant. You got a 12, which has given us that the weapon's value is not a prime number, and the killer shares suit with death. Okay. Okay. Let's keep in mind where death may be in the future. Let's move this up here, move you to here, move you to here, move this to here, move this to here, and move this down. We have the weapon's value is divisible by 4. Killer's suit is hearts. Okay. So we definitely need to figure out... We need to figure out a few things, right? One of the things we need to do is we need to find death, right? Because if the killer shares suit with death, and we have that the killer's suit is hearts, we could potentially, likely confirm that. Keep in mind that 2 have no idea what happened, and then 2 are incorrect about murder weapon, 2 are incorrect about killer, right? So the fact that there's 2 involving killer, we can probably confirm the suit as hearts if that happens, right? We just need to find death, and if we find death, we're kind of gaming, right? So let's get some more laid down. That's a fire, which is fine. I'm gonna move you to here, and then I'm going to move you to here. That gives us another ace. Duke del Grey Thump. The weapon's value is odd. Weapon's value is odd. Okay. Move a 9 up here. Another 4. A dark past. Okay. And now a 2. A 2. How about I move the 4 here? We'll move the 2 to here. Doubt, don't care about doubt. Disgrace, don't really care about disgrace. Blackmail, how very interesting. Okay. We can move a 9 to here, move an 8 to here. Throwing star. Okay. I mean, sure, I respect it. I will say that I would like to move... It's like the ace... It'd be nice to be able to move that down. Just need more, right? I just need more. Luxury yacht. We can do some messing around with some stuff here. A 6. Multiple 6s. I need some 7s. Yeah, 7s are good. Weapon shares suit with doubt. Okay, we have doubt in here. Oh, we have death as well. So death is a heart. Killer shares suit with death. Killer's suit is hearts. That's exciting, right? I mean, that's exciting. That more or less confirms it, right? The weapon shares suit with doubt. Where is doubt? Doubt is right here. Now, doubt is a spade, which is interesting. We also have the killer shares value with Sand Slickbeard, which is a 10. Okay. So that could be right? It could be the 10 of hearts. I think that the fact that we have the killer shares suit with death and that the killer's suit is hearts, those two basically like help each other here. So I think we can confirm that those are right. Because we then have conflicting that the weapon shares suit with doubts. So, I mean, I guess it could be any of these three, right? Well, no, it can't. Because it can't be that these two are correct, and it can't be that these two are correct, so it has to be the two that make sense. So you have to be that it's not doubt. So the killer has to be a heart. Killer could share value with Sand Slickbeard because we now have one... Wait, this is weapon. Oh god, okay. That's a good thing that we did not do that. So we can't actually confirm you yet. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll hopefully be able to confirm you in the future. Let's move Sand Slickbeard. It's good we know who you are, because you are kind of important. Fleeing to Exile. Weapon shares value with Fleeing to Exile. Okay. Weapons value is not a prime number. Those check out, because you're a 9. Weapons value is divisible by 4. Does not work with Fleeing to Exile. So you two conflict. We know that there's 2 that are wrong with Killer. We know that there's 2 that are wrong with Weapon. We need more information. It's just how this goes, man. It's just how it goes. More info required. A 5. Sure. Another 5. Sure. We can bring this 6 down. I'm chill with that. Let's bring the 11 down. A 12. We have an I don't know. And we have a killer is currently in the 5th column. Oh, frick. Okay. So that is one of these 4. We're not going to be able to move you for like a while. So I'm actually... I feel like we're totally chill with that right now. Weapons value is even. Okay. Now we can get some stuff going. So weapon shares value with Fleeing to Exile. Let's look at these 3, right? Fleeing to Exile is a 9. Not divisible by 4 and not even. So either these 2 are both wrong and it's a 9. Or... Well, but 9 is also not a prime. I guess that matters less. I can't confirm that yet, though, right? I really can't confirm that yet. Grand piano. I can move this down. 7 we can move to here. We're just going to get all of the info, man. All of the info. Move you up. A 5. A 10. The weapon suit is spades. Okay. So the weapon shares a suit with Doubt. Doubt was a spade, man. Because Doubt is the 8 of spades. So those 2 like each other. The weapon shares suit with Doubt, and the weapon suit is spades. If the weapon's value is odd... Well, obviously the weapon's value is odd, and the weapon's value is even. Both conflict, right? Because it can't be both. And if the weapon's value is divisible by 4, that conflicts with the weapon's value is odd. So that's another thing for us to think about here. Let's move this up. And then let's move... I gotta think about how best to do this. I think I would like to go 10, 11. And then I'm going to go 5, 4, 3, 2. Ace, 2, ace, 2. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. It's another ace. I would like to go 3, 4... Hold on. Put this back. I'd like to go 7, 6. And then go 4, 3. 4, 3. 3 up here. 2, ace. Move an ace. And then go 2, ace. I don't have another 2, though. Just hold on. Hold on. What if we just build this entire line over here, man? Well, the problem is that the ace gets screwed up there then. Because you can't move it. You can't move it more. Okay, so then that gets kind of bodied, actually. Let's replace you back to here. And maybe also the 5-6 leaves as well. Because I think you can do more with this. Like, you can bring this to here and start working up instead. And then you can just put some aces up here. Now, if you move a 5 up here, you can go 3-2 ace. That opened up a 13. Killer shares value with their Majesty Greytown. Okay. Their Majesty Greytown. I don't think we've seen you yet, is part of the problem. So we'll find you in the future. Let's keep it going. Cursed Heirloom. You can go back up to here, which then means I could go like so, drop a 9 on you, and then go 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13. We still think the killer is currently one of these 4 back here, so that's something to think about. Because there's some conflicting information that may happen, but I'm not going to fret about it quite yet. This column is basically just like completely fried. And that's actually a big issue, I think. Because we now have major issues moving this around over here. A 12. The weapon's value not divisible by 4. I just want to move some stuff up here, man. Killer suit is not clubs, a 13. Okay. Let's put all y'all over here. And then we can move an ace. We've got a 9. I'm going to move that up here for right now. We have an 8. Which we can put... I need to put that 7 on it. So we put you up here, put you here, put you here, this here, this here. The 12 can go here, the 7 can go here, and the 6 can go here. We don't need to do any more solitaire. We just have to logically deduce now. So let's start thinking about it. We know there are 2 lies about the murder weapon, 2 lies about the killer. Okay? Let's start from scratch on everything. Okay? And there's the 2 that don't know. So let's start with weapon value. Okay, I'm just going to check ones that are weapon value. Weapon value. Weapon value. Weapon value. And weapons currently in the 4th column. Tough one because that could have gotten moved around. Unless we... When did you get revealed? You get revealed when I move this to here. Okay, so weapon currently in the 4th column. It's good to know. It's really good to know, okay? It's really good to know. Leave it like this. You don't need to do much else, okay? So, let's look at weapon value. So, weapon value not divisible by 4. Weapon value divisible by 4. You 2 are conflicting for the weapon. That tells me... What exactly does that tell me? It tells me that I don't trust either of those to make a decision right now. And we also know that these are conflicting, right? So we can actually trust, because there's the conflicting on the weapon there, we know one of those is wrong, which tells me that everything else related to the weapon has to be true. Right? So the weapon is currently in the 4th column. The weapon suit is a spade, which means it's heartbreak, drowning, or a knife. Shares a suit with doubt. Doubt is the 8 of spades, which we already knew. That makes sense. The weapon's value is not a prime number. Okay? I mean, it can't be a 5, so it's a 6 or a 9. Okay? And the weapon shares value with fleeing to exile. Fleeing to exile is a 9. So the 9 of spades is your weapon. Okay? I feel good about that. Let's now uncheck everything and figure out the next bit. So the 9 of spades. I'm just going to write that down. The drawing of a spade that I just did on this sheet of paper next to me looks like a penis. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, let's figure out the killer now. I'm just gonna check everything that is related to the killer. And let's take a look. So, what immediately do we have that conflicts? We have a share value with Sand Slickbeard, and we have a share value with Majesty Greytown. Let's find those. Okay. So Slickbeard is a 10. And Majesty Greytown is an 11. So you two are conflicting with a 10 or 11. And then shares suit with Death. Okay, where is Death? I think that Death by Death is freaking hilarious, by the way. Shares suit with Death. Killer's suit is Hearts. Both checks out. Killer's suit is Clubs, is the odd man out. So you have to be the other lie, okay? Because these two confirm themselves. They can't both be the lie because we know that a share value has to be a lie. So everything else we know to be true. So the killer's value is not a prime number. We know the killer's suit is a Hearts. I'm going to tell you the 10 of Hearts was the only damn thing in that column at the time that this came in. Killer's value is even. It shares a value with Sand Slickbeard, which would make that the correct thing. It's not a prime number. I mean, brother, I think I'm ready to guess. It's you, and you did it with the 9. I don't want to say that I'm the greatest to ever play video games, but they have been saying it a lot of times in the comment section. I don't write the rules. I don't make the comments. You're the ones that make the comments. I just read them. Okay. I mean, that was obviously a lot of fun. I would play that a lot of times. If you enjoyed this, there's a brilliant game called Mimic Logic. You should go check out Mimic Logic. I've played it a couple times on the channel. It's like $5. It is such a brilliant little game. You should 100% play it. Okay, what the hell is this? Double-sided Solitaire? A smaller version of Solitaire with double-sided cards. This sounds like it's going to collapse me. Let's figure it out. Oh, it's so tiny, man. Okay, fill the slots with 5 stacks in descending order with alternating color. You can pick up a stack of multiple cards if they adhere to the rule above, descending, alternating. At any time, you can right-click to turn over the topmost card. Okay. So what the hell is my goal? Fill the slots with 5 stacks in descending order with alternating color. Okay, descending order, alternating color. So like I'm looking immediately at the idea of. Okay, I'm realizing that we got issues already because you got a 4-5-3 over here. Because you could do like this, right? Flip you over, do this. Flip you over, you have this. I need a 1 blue, which we can get right here. And now this is technically like a completed row. It's obviously not perfect yet, but it's pretty good, to be honest. A blue 4, a 3, a 2, and then a 1 red. You're a completed row. Okay, yeah, pretty good. Obviously, we still have a lot of work to do, right? A lot of work to do. We can switch you to a 3, bring this up. It has to be descending, so you have some problems for me. We can flop you, which now allows me to bring down one of these. If I swap this to a 4... I could mess around with like a 3 here, swap you to a 5, bring you back. I need a red 2, which I could do here. And then here's your blue 2, you bring it right back. That's pretty good, and we can put this whole thing right here. That then allows me to actually just complete this row, which I think is fine, right? I think that's fine. My fear is that I'm completing rows too quickly, and I need to process them first. Like, this is an impossible row right now, because I need, I think, the 5 from this card and the 4 from this card. I could also get the 4 from over here, but that's equally bad for us. So, things to think about. Things to think about. We know that we're not going to have this be quite perfect yet, but we can potentially do like some interesting maneuvers. See, like this 3 is pretty bad, but this 5 could really help us because I need to move around. Even swapping this to a 1 helps us because I have to get you into positions. I can bring you over. You're now good. You have a 5 over here. I need to swap you to a 4. You can swap. You come over. We have a 3-2. Then you have a blue 3 here. You have a 1. The 1 blue. Where's the 1 blue? I think I need to utilize a 2 red. So you have to be the 1 red. And I gotta get the 2 red from right here. 2 red, 2 red, 2 red A. Something like that. That's a Dexy's Midnight Runners reference. Horrible song. Regret to inform you. This is technically done, but it is impossible, okay? It can't be correct. Because I need the 2 here. Right? This 4 is now not possible. We can move this 1, swap you to put the 4 here for right now. To grab this 2 to drop a 1 on you. Then we can bring back this 5. But that's temporary because we really can't have you forever. Just like this 2 is kind of temporary. I can't have you forever. Because you can go there. 3-2 can go there. This whole thing is actually nice. You're nice. You're nice. I just need the 1 from deep in there, man. Which is that's a problem. That's a problem. So if you swap back to a 4, I need to get deep for that 1. You swap to this, we bring you over. You swap to this, I grab the 1, I bring you back. You come down. And then I just need to now get the 1 back. Which means I need this. Oh, brother, it's like so close. It's so close. I can feel it. This 1 moves. You switch to here. This switches back to a 1. You put it here. And then you swap this back. Nope, that is not correct. You swap this to here. That swaps back to a 2. Oh, it's like so close. It's so close, I can feel it. You swap back to this, you swap to a 1. Nope, that is not correct. That is not correct. You swap to here. The 1 red is what you need right there. But these are freaking 5s, man. I mean, these cannot be... These cannot be the juice. I gotta move this 2. You gotta go to here. Swap this into you can't go there. Why am I collapsing now? You're a 3. You're a 2. You're a 1. I need to convert, like, this 4 needs to become a 2, man. I'm missing that 2. So I need you to be a 2. And then I put the 1 on you. I bring that back. This 4 comes down. The 1 comes on. You turn back into a 1. You're back to being a 5, but I need this. I need this, this, this. That turns back into a 1. But now I just have the 5 that is incorrect. Everything else is... Oh, wait, you're screwed up. Damn it. Okay. You move? No. You move? You move. What am I missing? Let's reevaluate, okay? So I'm missing a 1 blue, technically. Right? I think so. And I have a 2 red. So I need the 1 blue from right here to be replaced with the 2 red that is right here. So if I swap you and start like this, that brings me over. This can then swap. I have the 1 red that I need, and this comes over. And then you swap, and you swap. Sure, I saw the Matrix for a second. That's pretty good. Hey, I got a Steam achievement. Win a solitaire without undoing. He's the best to ever do it. That's pretty good. Alright, you know what, man? That's a good solitaire variant. I enjoyed it. Am I ready for Solitaire? Sure, man, sure. Solitaire, align the planets and restore order. That's another Hailstorm. Hailstorm made the soundtrack too, by the way. What the frick is this? Pile cards of every suit on their corresponding planet. Okay, yeah. Cards that share... Pile cards of every suit on their corresponding planet. Cards that share the same suit, the middle symbol, can be stacked. So right now, there are 8 suits, okay? Cards that share the same suit can be stacked. Every card also has an aspect top symbol that denotes an additional suit it can be stacked on. Gotcha. You can only pick up stacks of multiple cards if they share the same suit. Whenever a card is moved, the 2 planets corresponding to the card's suit and aspect advance their orbit. Each planet has 3 levels, which it rotates through as its orbit advances. Cards can only be moved between planets with the same orbit level unless one of the planets has 0 cards. Cards can be placed on planets with 0 cards. Okay. It was at this point that Tyler's brain collapsed like a neutron star, and he had no idea what he was doing, so he just ended the video and then had future Tyler figure this out. Hi, it's me, future Tyler. Let's do some solitaire. This variant is not a 3-star variant, man. Or my brain was very tired yesterday, which is potentially accurate too. Okay, is potentially accurate too. We gotta get all of the colors on their lines in here, man. Which is so easier said than done. Because as soon as you move just one silly little tile, right? Like we move you to here. Can't move you to there. That's very accurate. You move this to here. Now both you and you move down. And now we can only move this with this in the future. Which is, like, not useful, okay? It's not useful at all for us. We can move these, which I kind of like because we're now stacking sets of 3. And then we can pick up these 3, right? You can only do it with this column right now, but this is where they need to go in the end. So I kind of like it. What I now want is to be able to move this guy, right? Which means that I need to move a purple. So this is the only purple I have available, but I can't actually put it on anything currently. So that kind of defeats that purpose. We can move this to here, which you're gonna go, what's the point of that, Tyler? Well, the point of that is that I can then move it back to here to push these even more forward, and we can kind of cycle stuff, which I think is useful. Okay, I think it's useful. We'll see. That pushes that forward. Then we can put this whole thing. We can't put that whole thing on there because you're now not at the same level as this. It's a good point. It's a pretty good point. You can put this on a blue to push that forward, and then put it right back, and now they're all back, but we've moved it slightly, right? So then we can say put this on a blue. Am I just putting this right back to what it was? I think there's a chance that I am. You can move this entire thing. I'm literally doing this exactly the same as what I was. Move this to here, and then you put this to here, and then you put this to here. Those are now back. Then you can move this to here, and we're starting to get places, right? Because now we can move you to here. That pushes you forward, but I don't mind, to be honest with you. I now got 3 purples. It's very exciting. I gotta move yellow forward ever so slightly. Now, unfortunately, yellow, you're like in hell right now. You're not in a good spot. Can we move blue forward ever so slightly? Maybe by moving like a blue onto here. Excuse me? I can't do that? No, I can't do that. You're right. But I can move this onto here. That moves blue forward ever so slightly. Almost everything on the same level now, which is kind of sick. We want to move this guy, which is not possible currently. How about if we go a little deeper? We could move this to here. That pushes you back now, but everybody else is pushed forward, so I don't necessarily think that that's the most useful thing in the planet. You could put this on here, pushes those forward a little, opens us up some nice pink action, which I think is it's relatively useful. Okay, I don't think that it's amazingly useful. We can move this to here, pushes all of these. Then that makes me feel these reds I would like to be able to move to a new spot in the future, but right now they ain't too interested. They are not too interested. Got this huge stack of purples on here. We need to try to get to, like, we have one of you here. We got one of you here. And that's really it, man. We can work with that, I think. This can go on here to push these forward. I just have to get deep enough in there to snag that. Which means that I need to open up a purple. Where am I going to open up a purple? Probably here, to be honest. But you're in a position where I can't move you. So moving a yellow component, or doing that, I guess. No, that actually really does not help me at all. So it's a wonky variant, man. We can move you to here, start to just push all of these back. Then we move part of a yellow to push you forward. We need to open up a purple, man. We need to open up a purple, which is here. So I need to put you on him. Which is easier said than done. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Move. I think back me up 1 or 2. I don't think I wanted to back up 2. I think I want to put you back on there. What about this guy? We could put you on here. Push those forward. We have a lot of reds we can stack, right? A lot of reds we can stack. Like putting this on here. Can't do that yet. I need to move a yellow forward. Move a yellow forward. Now we can move... Well, but I can't move that. Because now you're not the same level that you were. Which is tough. And I still don't have my purple available that I have been wanting to have available. Can we back you up? I need to be able to move this sucker, man. But moving that sucker is a lot harder than expected. What if we move this guy? So we open up this, right? And then that would allow me... I don't think it actually allows me to do all that much. We can move you to here. And then we have to move forward you by 1. So we could move you to here. You move forward by 1 and move you to here. That opens us up this other yellow. Which would allow me to put you on a red. Red has been cycling like crazy. And I haven't moved these in like 100 years. They will be useful once I can move them. This I can move. I can't move that to there. I get that screwed up all the time, man. Oranges we just straight up don't have. Like that's the biggest issue right now. I think I might be locked. I guess I can move those to there. That pushes this forward, which allows me to put that there. And then you do have some yellows. You can also move this whole thing to here, which pushes him back. Yellow to here. We've done some decent maneuvering, to be honest. An orange to here. A blue to here. I like this. Let's get this pink figured out. You can go on a red. Let's try to move this guy then. You can go to here. Red or pink can go to here because you can be placed on a red, which is good. Everything's on a nice equal level. I mean, not everything, but most things are on a nice equal level. We can also then pick up both of these yellows. I just need to move this thing forward by a little, which means you can be placed on a red on the same level. Unfortunately, not possible right now. That is not possible. You guys can be placed on a blue. That pushes you now forward, which means you can be placed on a red. Pushes these forward. We're so close to freeing up that line. Orange. Can't do that. You're not on the right level. This can be placed on a purple. Can't do that. You're not on the right level, by the way. You can be placed on a red. Pushes this forward by a little, which now allows me to move these yellows. Okay. This is exciting, because if we can just move ever so slightly forward, I free up that whole line, which is amazing. That's amazing. Because, like, we could put this whole thing on here to move you up. Then we bring... Orange is not in a good spot, though. It's not in a good spot. How about we move this? Nope. We move this to here. That pushes you up. That allows me to move this to here. That pushes you back. And then I need to bring yellow up. How about we move this onto here? Okay. I just need to move this forward a little bit. Easier said than done. How about a blue? Can we move a blue somehow? We can move a blue with this. No, we can't do that. Once again, screwing that up. We could move a red. We can move this to here. which I don't hate, as long as we can maneuver like one more scenario here. My brain is completely stun locked. Okay. Placing this on pink moves you back. You'd think it would be like so possible to maneuver this more easily. We're on a damn stair climber, man. Okay. These cannot get moved. This can get moved to here, which pushes you up. That allows me to move you to there. We're so very close to finishing a line, man. Which is really, at this point, that's all I'm looking to do. This moves back to here. This whole thing will want to... I mean, you're actually stuck in a position. You can't even move this whole thing. This can now move to here. You're now all the way back there. We can move this to here. And then we need to move a purple by a little. Sorry, I had a knock on my door of somebody trying to sell me something. We need to... coming back to this after stepping away for 2 minutes. Jesus criminy, it looks like... it's just a mess, brother. It's just an alchemical mess. I think... Therefore I am. I think I move this to right here. And the idea behind that, if I thought through this correctly, which I didn't, is we can then move this to here. All of these now get pushed up to where I can move this to here, which I think goes crazy, because then I can move this to here. And the amount of stuff that's getting, like, actually legitimately stacked up, kind of crazy. I'm feeling okay about this. We can then do, like, this. Nope, can't do that. We can do, like, this to here, and then this back to here, and then we can go this to here. Oh, okay, that's good. That's really good. And then we can actually go this to here, which pushes you guys back. And we have yellow looking nice. We have yellow looking really, really nice. Now you can get placed on a pink. Keep in mind that we got one here for the far right. We got one here for the far right. I think those are the last two lads that can go on the far right. But we can use the far right as a way to, like, we can trigger that to move him up a little. I don't know if that actually helped at all. I can kind of use this entire thing in a lot of cases. The benefit, I don't know yet, but we can potentially do it. Like, we can move those purples around. We need to free up a red, I think. Like, we need to move a pink in order to open up some we need to open up this whole lane, I think, to drag and drop this purple on at some point. So, like, I can do that, and that moves you up. Which now means I can move this to here to push that up. Whether or not it's good, I don't know. I need to move orange up a little. Like, I can move that back and forth, and it doesn't really help me much. It allows me to get that on the same line to now put you on a purple, put you on a yellow. Okay, I did like that. I think that was useful. It's all about getting into, like, the flow state where you can like move one thing a bunch of times to get it onto the same level. I do think this is still a really hard one, man. Like I don't know why this variant it is extremely tricky in my brain. So let's think this through. You can be placed on an orange, which pushes that up. I need to now bring you. I need to get you moved. To do that, I have to probably move a yellow. So we could move... None of those are a blue on there. That sucks. That's an unfortunate one. I'm not actually sure we have a move here. I might have soft locked myself, so let's move that back for a second. This cannot get moved. This cannot get moved. This... We can do it like this. But I'm not sure how much that actually helped us. This can get moved to here. I actually do like that. I do like that. Because now we can move this to here. That pushes that up. Allowing me to move this to here. You're now all four of you at the same level. Along with this guy is crazy. Because I can move this back now. Pushes you up slightly, but I don't care. We push you up slightly. We get this move to here. And now blues are actually in their right spot. Which is nuts. And you can be placed on here. Which allows me to move this to here. This row is done. I believe that you are completed, my friend. It's very exciting. You can sense it in my voice how excited I am. Okay. You go on here. You guys are now all on the same level. I can move you to here. We have the whole damn world on the same level right now. Can I get yellows? I gotta like free this line. So these can... Nope. The other way around. You can move to here. This can move to here. You now got purples on this one. Which is okay. I mean, I think in a perfect world, I'd rather just move you somewhere else. How about moving... might have soft locked myself again. You can move this entire thing, right? Like at any point, you can just do this to push some of this stuff forward, because we can use now. If this row is empty, I can move anything onto the empty row, which is, I think, massive. I don't think that we care. I think that we're fine doing it like this. Well, no, you know what? I'd like to move this, because that pushes you back. But then I need to be able to move you back to here, which is a lot harder. That's a lot harder. Because we could move... Let's bring that back for a second. It's just tricky, man. It's just tricky. That pushes you back. It pushes you forward. Allows me to move a blue to here. Which is okay. As long as we're stacking stuff in such a way that we can maneuver around the situations. Like you can't move though because of that. Yeah. And you're in a terrible spot. You're also kind of in a terrible spot, but I can at least move that to there. That pushes you all the way back now. Where are the yellows? The yellows are... We got one here. One here, which is fine. Because we can move this onto here. Pushes these forward. And then you can get moved onto here. That pushes you back. You can be placed on a purple. Not like that, though. Definitely not like that, though. Boy, this felt like so good. This felt so good. You can be placed on you. That moves you all back now. And then you can be placed on here. Pushes these forward. That puts you being able to be placed on here. Pushes you back. You can be placed if you can move a purple. Like you can move this to here now. The purple allows me to place you on here. Pushes it forward. Can't move this though. Well, I can. I can move you to there. That frees up a blue. And I can actually just move you to there for right now. Everything's in like a kind of nice spot. How about we do this to this? I think that we are like so... We're right there, man. We're right there. Because being able to push certain things legitimately forward helps a lot. I know that some of you are going to probably look at this now and be like, Tyler, you have it. Just like, solve the puzzle. I don't think I have it, man. I don't think I have it. I'm still stuck. I'm still just a little stuck. It's not a lot stuck. It's just a little stuck. Purples. Purples. I feel like we need to isolate orange on its own lane so that we can get... I need to move you forward one. How do I move you forward one? You can't. You're actually in like the worst spot. The worst possible spot. You can get placed on a blue... This row is just... It's a freaking mess. Okay, it's a freaking mess. This whole thing can get placed on here, which pushes you back. Now you have a purple on the same level here, which does not help you. I do wonder if we could do, like, we could technically do, like, this onto here, which pushes you forward, allows you to move this to here. You're not on the right level, but you could do... You're not on the right level either. And this whole thing... You could technically do this, which pushes that back. Allows you to put these on here. Need to move this, though. This guy's in hell. You can get moved to here to push that forward, which allows you to move this whole thing to here, which allows you to move this whole thing back to here. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Then you move... I can't move this guy. This guy's also in, like, the worst spot ever. Maybe we can move him back for right now. We move this to here to push him back. Yeah. Then you do this. Almost the whole damn thing is on the same level. That's what you like to see, man. That's the good stuff. Because we can move you to here. Now these are all on the same level. Beautiful. We put this to here. That pushes that forward. But I'll put you... I can't do that. I'll put you... Can't do that either. How do I move a red? Can I can't, really. I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life, man. The thing is, like, I know what I'm doing. It's like a slide puzzle, right? It's like a bad slide puzzle. Back me up a tiny bit. Because we can do, like... Freeing up a lane helps a lot. Let's move this. And then... all of these purples. You can get moved to here. Pushes that forward. Allows you to move this purple. You're now back to there. Oh god, I think that's like so much worse. I think that is categorically worse. Like, everything's so even and equal here. You can move this whole thing onto here. Pushes those forward. Then you can move this whole thing onto here. Frees up some of these nice nice pinks right here, which allows me to get access to another orange if we play our cards right. I mean, you can do this. I don't love the play. Move that back, I guess. And then you can put... I need to open up this somehow. Can I move a pink? I can move a pink. That pushes you forward, which allows me to move this to here. And then this can move to there in the future. Not right now, though. You can get moved to here. And then these can get moved back to here. That pushes you back. We can move you to here. And now we have the opening, which is great. The biggest problem is that I need to now... Maybe we didn't want to open that. Maybe we like this instead. Push all of you back. These can move on top of here. You get moved forward. Now all these purples can get moved to here. We need to somehow maneuver around getting it like a little nicer. Just a little. Nothing too crazy, just a little nicer. How about you move... Nope, that's the other way around. You could theoretically move onto that, but not the other way. Can't do that. Can't move you. We're so close. We're so close. Back me up once. Is there a better play here? Like moving this? No, can't do that. Or like moving this onto here. That opens up the ability to move purple back to there. And then you can move blues onto here. And then you can move a red onto here. Okay, I like it. I like it. Can we get orange back somehow? Probably not. You can move this to here to push those forward. And then move it back to push those forward. And then move this to here. That pushes that back. Which I think is okay, right? I think that's okay. This whole thing can get moved to here to push you back. Which then allows us... We can push this entire thing back down. It pushes you forward. We can put this whole thing onto there. You can get placed on an orange. Pushes you back. I need to get this guy moved out of here. So you can get placed... If we move an orange... Easier said than done. Way easier said than done, to be honest with you. You can get placed on a pink. So you can be moved to there. Which then opens up the ability for these to get moved onto here. Now reds can get moved down. This guy is not in my favorite position that I've ever seen. But you're so close to opening another lane, man. Like you can do this onto here. Then move these down. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. You move to here. These pinks can get moved onto a red. I need to manage to find a way to put you onto here. Which means I need to push this forward, which means I need to put this somewhere. Can't put it on a pink, though. I can put you on... Nope, I can't. I can't move you at all. I can't move... just kidding. I can... No, I can't. No, I can't. I can put you like this, which pushes you forward by 1. Doesn't really help me. I can move you over to here, which pushes you back. Which then means that I can push... I'm really trying not to screw you up, though. You're now not on good footing with me. I think that's a mistake. I do not want to do that. In a lot of ways, I actually think that there's even more mistakes here that I don't like. This can get placed on here to push you back. Now you guys are all on the same level. Which is terrifying. It's terrifying. This whole thing can get moved to here. Pushes this forward. And then you're still weird. This can get moved to here. It pushes him back. And then we can bring that right back to here to push him forward. To move this now onto a blue. This down. And this over. Okay. Good. Good. That's great. That's lovely. You get moved onto here. This gets moved slow and steady, brother. Slow and frickin' steady. How do you move you now? You can get placed on an orange. Doesn't work. You can get placed on a red. Theoretically can work. You can get placed on a red. Okay, pushes you forward. These blues, you can get placed on a blue to push that forward, which allows me to put this on an orange. This can't get moved to an orange now. Hold on. Move a red slightly. This is the worst solitaire variant. I'm going insane, man. I'm going insane. If you look away, like legitimately look away for 1 second, your brain collapses. Okay. You can get moved onto here. Pushes you back. It allows me to move this to here. We have isolated. We need to get these pinks and reds figured out, man. That's a big issue. That's a big issue. And we've split up. I need to put this guy back. I need to get this guy back too. We need to get these reds out of here. The only way to get the reds out of here is to get the pinks out of here, which requires me placing a red, which is a problem. You can get placed on here to push the reds forward, and then you can get placed back on here to push the reds back. You can get moved. You're now up and at 'em. Purple needs to get moved. Purple can get put... You can get put on a purple, pushes that forward. Reds get moved, pushes those forward. Now you just need a blue to get put back. At some point. In the future. You can get put... You can't get put on there. You can get put on here to push that back. Put here to push that back. Now blue can get moved. Maybe. You can get put on a purple, which pushes you forward, pushes you back to here. Now blue can get pushed to here. Purple can get pushed to here. It looks like so okay, man. It looks so okay. Blue isolated. Purple isolated. Weird lime green isolated. Now I can move this whole thing onto here to push this forward. And then push this whole thing back. Pink moves to here. Very good. Then this whole thing moves to here. This can't get put on there yet. This is in like kind of a bad spot. This can get put on a purple, but purple is in hell. This can get put onto here. And then put back onto here. Cycles you back. You can get put on a blue. I can't do that yet, though. You can get put on a blue. I can't do that either. This is cyclable to get you into a position where you can get put onto here. To push that forward. Then I can put you back to here. Pushes that forward. You need to be put on an orange. This can be put on an orange. You're not on the same level. Good point. It's a very logical a logical and hearty conclusion that you have found yourself in. You can get put on a red. That pushes that back down. I think that that's good. And then you can get put on here, which pushes that back down. Allows me to put this on here. You're back in the good spot. But you're back in the bad spot. You can get put on an orange. You don't have it, though. You can get put on, or this whole thing can be put on a purple. Not overly helpful. This whole thing can be put on here if we can move a pink. Is it possible to move a pink? Yes, if we do that. And then we move you back. Okay, okay. A reset. We love a reset. This whole thing moves to here. Red moves down. Okay, okay. Decent. Largely decent. You get moved on to here. Blue moves to here. This whole thing can be placed on a... I need to be able to move you up. You're also still in, like, the worst spot. Nothing can be put on you. We can push this onto here to push you guys forward. Move a yellow to here. I know that none of them are on the right row, but that's okay. That's okay. You can get put on a blue. You now... This orange needs to move back to here. That pushes that forward. We move this to here. Orange gets moved to here. You get brought back down. Pink can get moved just to a red to push that back down to push this over. That whole thing can be put on an orange, but we're not feeling too hearty about that yet. You get put back on a red. You can now, I mean, at some point I gotta get your ass to there. The odds of that happening anytime soon, pretty low though, pretty low. How about oranges on here? You can get put on a yellow, that frees up you. This whole thing cannot get moved to there because you're not on the same level. I need to move forward a yellow. My brain, man, my frickin' brain, it is just collapsed. It is just collapsed. I can't move these. I can move this to push you back down. To move this to here. Which allows me to move you back to here. Pink is still, like, not where we want to have it. I can move this to here. No, I can't. I can't do that. Can't do that. It's not allowed. You can get put on a purple. I need to get pink moved. Pink gotta go. Pink gotta go. How do we move pink? Well, we could do it like this, actually. But that is not as helpful to me. It's not actually not helpful to me at all, because I need to free that up to move that. So move the red to here. That moves you back. Beautiful. Now you can move to there. These all move forward, which is great. I'm going to move you to here. Was that intelligent? Maybe not. I'm going to move you to here. Then we can move these to here. Dude, it's so okay. It is so okay. You get moved. Nope, can't do that. These can get moved onto an orange. These can get moved onto a blue. Reds are all in a line. Reds move to here. You get moved onto here. I need to be able to swap back. I need to open up a lane, man, is really what I need to do. Can I move blue forward? I mean, you have to be able to move blue forward, man. There's got to be a way to move blue forward. You can get moved on blue. Okay. And then you can get moved... something to get placed on a yellow. Like you. That moves you back. Now you can get placed on a yellow. We have freed up this row. We move pink down. We move an orange over. This whole thing is good. You move him in there. This whole thing is good. You move him there. It's opening, brother. It's opening. This whole thing Well, this whole thing you can move to here. That frees up the row to move. I mean, it's so decent, right? It's so decent. You can move this whole thing to here. That pushes him forward. Then you can move this down, this over. It looks like a mess over here, but it's so good, okay? It's so good. That moves you back. That moves you up. You can now move this pink over to here. This whole line moves to here. Dude, like, everything is isolated. I just have to move its own specific things over to where they need to be. So, like, you can get put on a yellow, except you can't move to that yellow. What can I do here? You can move to here. Nope, other way around. This could move to here to push that around. I need to be able to get yellow. I need to get this to the same spot. I can move those up and down. Does that help me? No, it doesn't really help me. Pinks are in the right spot. We should really be trying not to move pink at this point. You can get put on here to move blue down. You can now get put on here. You move over. These move up. Okay. Now we need to put oranges back to here. We do that by moving a purple. Okay. How do we move a purple? We move a purple by saying... We move a purple by putting... What is the easiest way to do this, brother? What if I just move this? So this can go on a yellow. It's already on a yellow. That's a good point. This can go on a blue, which I can't do. What if we move this guy forward instead? So, like, this could swap... You. It's gotta be you, brother. It's gotta be you. This goes on an orange. This goes on an orange. No, that does not help me at all. I could move the yellow, right? I can move the yellow. It's like you could do this for so long and your brain still ends up like completely collapsing at the end of it. It's so impressive. I don't think that was correct. We are so freaking close. I mean, it is seriously like so close. It's insane. Blue. Blue is not able to be moved. It's this row, and then these 3 rows. You can move this to here. That pushes him forward, and then you can move him back. He's now on the same row. You move this over, you move this over. And then you're extraordinarily close, right? You're extraordinarily close. This whole thing can get moved to here, which allows you to move this down, which allows you to move this over. And then this moves to here. This moves to here. And now all of them are in their own rows. We just have to put them on the right ones, right? So to do that, I just need to do some nice stacking. Some lovely stacking. You can get put onto here, which allows me to move orange to here, this to here, yellow to here, this to here, red to here, and this to here. It is one of the hardest things I've done. I did not expect that to take that long. I really didn't. It's just tedious, right? I mean, it's like a slide puzzle. It does trick the brain. There's probably faster ways to do it. And maybe people will scream at me during it, but it was hard. Solitaire Mystery. Still having a blast. How many have we done? We've done 7 there and 7 here. We've done 14, almost halfway through, which is insane to think about. I'm going to keep playing Solitaire, man. I love it. Can't get enough. Thanks for watching. As always, liking the video, much appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.